What if everything you see, feel, and experience isn't actually real? Imagine that the entire universe, every star, every planet, every moment you live, is just an illusion, a projection of something far more mysterious. It sounds like science fiction, right? But some of the most brilliant minds in physics and philosophy have been exploring ideas that challenge the very nature of reality itself. From the mind-blowing concept called the holographic principle, which suggests our three-dimensional world could be a kind of projection from a two-dimensional surface, to the controversial idea that we might all be living inside a highly advanced computer simulation. These theories force us to rethink what real really means. In this video, we'll dive deep into these fascinating possibilities, exploring what they could mean for how we understand the universe, and ultimately, ourselves. So, get ready to question everything you thought you knew about reality, and let's explore the strange, mysterious world where the universe might just be a grand illusion. Before we dive deeper into theories about illusions and simulations, we need to pause and ask a deceptively simple question. What is reality? On the surface, it feels obvious. Reality is everything we can see, touch, hear, everything we experience through our senses. The ground beneath our feet, the sky above our heads, the people around us. But when you really think about it, is it that simple? Our senses are just electrical signals interpreted by the brain. Optical illusions can trick our vision. Sounds can echo or distort. Even our memories, things we think of as real, can change over time or be entirely false. And dreams? In dreams, we can live entire stories that feel completely real until we wake up. So if our experience of the world can be manipulated, altered, or even fabricated, then how do we know that what we call reality is actually real? This is the question that haunts both philosophers and physicists. Because if what we perceive is just a version of reality shaped by our brain, then what's underneath it all? What's the true nature of the universe, if such a thing even exists? Now let's talk about one of the most fascinating and frankly bizarre ideas in modern physics, the holographic principle. Imagine a hologram. It's a two-dimensional surface that, when hit with the right light, creates the illusion of a three-dimensional object. What if the entire universe worked the same way? This is exactly what the holographic principle suggests, that everything we see, space, time, matter, even ourselves, might actually be a projection from information encoded on a distant, two-dimensional boundary. It sounds crazy, but it's a serious theory grounded in real physics. The idea first emerged from the study of black holes. In the 1970s, physicist Jacob Bekenstein realized something strange. The amount of information, or entropy, that can be stored in a black hole doesn't depend on its volume, but on the surface area of its event horizon. That was weird. Then, Stephen Hawking added to the mystery by showing that black holes can radiate energy and lose mass over time, what we now call Hawking radiation. But here's where it gets even weirder. If a black hole evaporates, what happens to all the information it swallowed? According to quantum physics, information can't just disappear, and that posed a huge paradox. To resolve this, physicists proposed that all the information swallowed by a black hole isn't actually lost. It's encoded on its surface, like a cosmic hard drive. And then came the mind-blowing leap. What if this isn't just true for black holes, but for the entire universe? In the 1990s, physicist Leonard Susskind and others took this further, proposing that everything in our universe could be described by information stored on a 2D surface, one that exists at the edge of the universe itself, just like a hologram. So, what does that mean? It means our 3D reality, the depth, the space we move through, might just be an illusion, a mathematical projection from a distant boundary we'll never touch. The universe might not be what it appears to be. And even though we live and breathe in 3 dimensions, the true nature of existence could be written somewhere else entirely. Now, if the idea of living in a hologram already sounds strange, wait until you hear this. What if we're not just projections? What if we're programmed? That's the heart of one of the most provocative ideas of our time, the simulation hypothesis. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed a question that shook both science and philosophy. If it's possible for an advanced civilization to create ultra-realistic simulations of conscious beings, how do we know we're not one of them? Think about it. Technology is advancing at an astonishing pace. A few decades ago, video games were made of a few pixels. Today, we have immersive virtual worlds, digital avatars, artificial intelligence. And this is just the beginning. Now imagine what might be possible in 100, 1,000, or 1 million years. If a civilization reaches a point where it can simulate entire universes with conscious minds inside them, then statistically, the number of simulated realities could vastly outnumber the one real universe. So here's the logic. If simulated universes are easy to create, and there could be billions of them, then what are the chances that we just happen to be in the original base reality? The answer? Pretty low. Of course, we don't have proof, but some scientists point to interesting clues. For example, in physics, space and energy appear to be quantized, made of discrete units, like pixels on a screen. Some patterns in nature seem oddly mathematical, almost like code. And certain quantum phenomena behave as if reality renders itself only when observed, not unlike how video games load only what the player can see. It could all be coincidence, or it could be the faint echo of a hidden system behind it all. If we are inside a simulation, then everything, galaxies, atoms, emotions, even you watching this video, might be part of an incredibly advanced program, run by beings we could never even comprehend. And maybe, just maybe, someone somewhere is watching us right now. If the universe is an illusion, a hologram, a simulation, or something even stranger, then what does that say about us? About our lives, our choices, our meaning? Some people hear these ideas and feel a kind of existential dread. If nothing is real, they wonder, then what's the point? Why love? Why hope? Why try? But maybe that's the wrong question. Because whether this is base reality or a carefully coded replica, the experiences we live, they still move us. A simulated sunset can still be beautiful. A dream can still change us. Even if our world is just a projection, our emotions, our memories, our stories, they feel real. And maybe that's what matters most. And if we are in a simulation, or if we are part of a holographic universe, then maybe we're not trapped. Maybe we're part of something vast. Maybe we're living inside a mystery far beyond our understanding. Like characters in a story who can't quite see the author's hand, but still find meaning in every page. It forces us to rethink what it means to be conscious, to be alive, to exist. Because in the end, whether this is real or not, you are here, thinking, feeling, asking questions that machines still can't answer. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes us real in the deepest sense. Not the world around us, but the wonder within us. So, is the universe real? Or is it a hologram, a simulation, a trick of the light? We may never know for sure, but maybe that's okay. Because sometimes the questions we ask are more powerful than the answers we find. And the mystery, the not knowing, is what keeps us reaching, wondering, dreaming. After all, whether this is real or not, it feels real to us. And maybe in the end, that's what makes it real enough.